In this video, we're looking at words and phrases that we use at an expert level of English to do with learning things. These phrases and words will be useful if you need to pass exams at a C1 or C2 level or reach IELTS 7 or above. A bookworm is a great word to use to describe someone who is always reading books. If you say that person's a real bookworm, that's what it means. And it sounds much more impressive than simply saying they're always reading books. If you want to describe someone like that in an exam, that's going to get you high marks for vocabulary. If you learn something off by heart, it means you can learn so that you can remember without reading. Actors and actresses do this before a performance. They'll read the words that they have to say for their performance over and over again until they remember all of them. And once they've remembered all of them, we say that they've learnt off by heart. Recess means a break in studies. Perhaps you have a long school year, but you have 4 weeks in the middle where there's holidays, and that's called the recess. Assembly is a gathering of all pupils in an organisation or a school. So everyone gets together, perhaps in a hall, to hear an important message. Some schools do this once a week or once a month, but an assembly is a gathering of lots of people together. Independent schools are schools not open to everyone. Children are selected or have to be paid for to attend an independent school. In the United Kingdom, these are called both private and public schools. Public here actually means private as well, which is quite confusing, but they mean the same thing. A state school is a school that anyone can go to. This is the one that really is for the public because there's no examination and there's no fee. Everyone can go to a state school in the United Kingdom. Preparatory school is a school for young children before they get to school age. Back to the drawing board means start again, and you could use this for anything. Perhaps you have a project, you had one idea, you pursued that idea, and then eventually you realise that that idea was not going to work. So someone says, let's start all over again, and you could describe that as being back to the drawing board. I had to go back to the drawing board. Great minds think alike. This is an idiom that means two people have the same idea and consider themselves clever as a result. If you know something inside out, it means you know everything about something. Perhaps the greatest experts in science on a topic who've written lots of books on scientific topics could be considered to know something inside out. They know about science inside out. Let me pick your brains. What does pick your brains mean? That means find out what someone knows about something. Maybe you're trying to get ideas for an essay you're writing and you're stuck for ideas, but you've got a friend who you think might know something that helps. So you go to them and say, can I pick your brains? Tell me about this topic. Teacher's pet. Most people want to be the teacher's pet. Why? Because they're the teacher's favourite student. In a class, sometimes people think that a teacher likes a student more than the others. They call them the teacher's pet. If two heads are better than one, this means that two people thinking about something is more likely to achieve a better result. So you might use this phrase when you're talking to someone else to try and get them involved. Two heads are better than one. If you work with me, we're going to get a better outcome for this. And you've probably heard of a virtual learning environment, but maybe you didn't know the phrase. What do I mean by this? A place where learning for an institution happens online. So if you're part of a company or a school or college or university and they have a special area where you do online learning, then that special area is your virtual learning environment. What can you remember then? What do we call the pupil in the class who is liked by the teacher the most? What was the phrase? Teacher's pet. How about when you have two people who just think in exactly the same way? Great minds think alike. What's the phrase we use to describe a place online where learning happens for a particular institution, or school or college, where they put everything to do with their online learning? It's called a virtual learning environment. What about if you learn everything to do with a particular subject so well that you can talk about it without having to read it? You know it perfectly. This is called learn off by heart. And this video is part of a new course that I have just released called Advanced English Vocabulary. It contains hundreds of essential advanced English words that you need to know and use if you're going to reach that C1 or C2 level of English, or if you'd like to pass tests such as IELTS with a score of 7 or higher. It contains detailed explanations of all the words, a daily learning plan to help you keep on target, and exercises that will help you check your learning. Get the course now. Click on the link in the video description below me.